What you have just witnessed could be the end of a particularly terrifying nightmare. It isn't. It's the beginning.
Hi, my name is Serita McCord. I'm an effects makeup artist, and I like horror films.
What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like this? I'm going crazy now. No more gas in the red. Can't even get it started. Nothing heard, nothing said. Can't even speak about it. I'm alive, I'm my head.
The most basic reason, explanation for why I like horror films is because I'm weird and I like the abnormal. And most of horror is abnormal. One of my favorite horror movies is Scream. It's in a slasher thriller type of movie. But I like Scream a lot because it plays on the different conventions from what we know of other horror movies. The big breasted girl runs up the stairs instead of going out the front door. You have the guy who's a horror movie buff who's explaining to everybody else in the horror movie about how horror movies generally play out. Don't leave the room alone. Never say I'll be right back, because you won't be back, that sort of thing. And we know this from previous movies in the horror genre.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex. No. Big no-no, big no.
I'm a dead man.
Even in popcorn, sex equals death. Okay? Number 2, you can never drink or do drugs. No, the sin factor. It's a sin. It's an extension of number 1. And number 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
You see, you push the laws and you end up dead. Okay, I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife.
When I think about it, what makes a horror film is intent. What is the intent of the director, the writer? What are they trying to accomplish? You're trying to scare me. Show me that I'm supposed to be scared. What you intended. Should I feel like I'm alienated? Should I feel like I'm isolated and alone? Should I feel like I'll maybe want to cry? You want to horrify me, so horrify me. What we don't know scares us. It's unexpected, and we don't understand it. Another reason horror movies are scary, and the reason they scare people, is because they put people in situations that are unpleasant, painful even. And then as a viewer, we have to follow around a set of characters who are just in the wrong places at the wrong times. And we can't separate ourselves from them. We go with them. Also, there's some elements that you'll see commonly included in horror movies, which is like rural areas. Rural areas are scared. These people are living in a town where the nearest gas station is like 3 or 4 miles away. The next town is 25 miles away. So now you're stuck. And when the car breaks down, what are you gonna do? Run. And if you don't run fast enough, you get killed.
Go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Another thing, misplaced emotion and no emotion. These are things that are odd and they're scary. I don't know about you, but people who are always happy and smiling scare me. And then there's people like Michael Myers, who appear to show no emotion. No emotions scare us, because that means the person is completely, indifferent to the person that they're killing. They don't feel anything towards you. So why would they care about, using the chainsaw and going at you? Movies that I consider classic horror films. Hitchcock's Psycho, definitely a classic. Universal Pictures' Dracula, Bela Lugosi as Dracula, a classic. Nosferatu, a classic. Lost Boys, a classic. I think what makes the horror film a classic is what it did for the genre, how memorable the images are. Everybody knows the creeping figure with the long fingers and the ratty teeth and the bald head. Everybody knows when he does like this. Everybody recognizes this as Nosferatu, which is a version of Dracula. Hitchcock, the shower scene with the main character in the shower when Norman is hacking her up with that, stabbing her with that knife. You get that, you know, constant flashes of her moving and grabbing parts of her body, but you never actually see him stab her. That's a really memorable scene from a classic film, one of my favorites actually. A few more horror classics: Friday the 13th, the first Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Night of the Living Dead, classic. John Carpenter's Vampire, classic. Exorcist is a classic. You know, what's her name's head spilling around, that's always nice. Because I love the horror movie genre, I think that horror films have also influenced, you know, what I lean towards when it comes to makeup and effects. I like monsters. I like to make people look strange, but I want to do it in a realistic way. So it's a combination of why I love makeup and why I love horror and why I love supernatural things. I like the idea of being able to transform a face or a body realistically into something that isn't real, into something that's imaginary, into something that somebody just made up, or to even cut up the face or the body. I think one of the reasons people are drawn to horror films is, one, because it activates your fight or flight response. It gets your adrenaline pumping. Everybody likes that jolt that you get. The thing also about horror is that it scares us, but the fact that it isn't real brings us back to the reality and we're able to cope with it because we don't really want to be afraid. And because it's not real, that must mean
it's all in your imagination.